Hey everyone, welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, so we're gonna do a food-themed game. Who doesn't like food? Let's see what everyone's bringing to the table. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Jason, and today I'm gonna be playing Ygra, Eater of All. And what I'm thankful for is for everything being so damn delicious.
Howdy guys, it's Nate. Today I'm playing Korvold, the Fae-Cursed King. And I'm thankful this season for all of the food and the bountiful heaps of gifts and deliciousness that my friends, are going to have for me.
Good morning, everyone. It's Jackson, this time playing Merry and Pippin, the Wardens of Isengard, where I am thankful that all this food has brought me and the boys together to punch each other in the face.
Hey, I'm Matt. I am here playing Peregrin Took, which is a food-based mono green artifact combo deck, which being a mono green deck based around artifact combos is wildly inconsistent, but hopefully it'll work out. Good luck me, I guess. I am thankful for all of the weird artifacts that Wizards prints that allows me to do things like build this deck.
This video is brought to you in part by Card Trader, the global card marketplace with a massive variety of cards available for your favorite collectible card games. Tired of paying multiple instances of shipping when ordering from multiple sellers? The Card Trader Zero system has you covered. Order from multiple sellers and they'll send the cards directly to the Card Trader warehouse to be safely stored on your behalf. Then have Card Trader send any or all of the cards being stored directly to you for a single shipping cost. Use the promo code DANK to receive 5% off your first order, and consider using the affiliate link in the video description down below to help support the show. Welcome. Let's go ahead and roll off.
8.
7.
I also have 7.
7.
Is me. I am one better than all of you. I will be keeping this hand.
I will keep as well.
No lands. I'll put it back. Hopefully I put lands in here.
I think that's preferable to the alternative.
Alright, I'll keep it.
Alright, let's get this rolling.
I'm going to draw my card. I'm going to play a Verdant Catacombs for turn. I'm going to crack it. I'm going to go get a Triumph. And then I will pass turn.
I have an Urza Saga. Chapter 1, it can make mana. I'm going to use that mana to play a Soul Guide Lantern. When it enters, I'm going to exile a card from a graveyard. It's going to be the only card in the graveyard, which is that Verdant Catacombs.
Aww.
Gone forever. Pass the turn.
I'm gonna shock in an Overgrown Tomb. Take 2 damage from that.
Nice.
I also like it when he takes damage.
Pay 1 green for a Llanowar Elf. I can tap it to add a green. I'll pass my turn.
Draw. Play a forest. Use that forest to play a bot.
Draw. Bountiful Promenade. Untapped because I have 2 more opponents. Pay 2 for a Pippin, Warden of Isengard. I can pay 1, tap to create a food token, or I can tap, sacrifice 4 food tokens. Other creatures I control get +3/+3, and haste until end of turn. Faster.
First main, Chapter 2. I can make constructs if I had extra mana sitting around, which I cannot. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Everyone's got forests. Look at all those forests. They're already all...
We literally
green
already
producing lands.
had Forest.
Everybody already has
Except this one. Cast a Liquimetal Torque. It is an artifact that taps for a colorless, or I can tap it to turn a non-land permanent into an artifact, in addition to its other types, until end of turn. Best turn.
I'm gonna draw. I will play a Swamp as my land for turn. 1 green with my Llanowar Elves to play his best friend, Elvish Mystic. I can tap it for a green. Go ahead.
Play a Spire Guard. Enters untapped because I have 2 or more opponents. Pay 3. I'm going to cast a Harrow. I'm going to sacrifice this forest. Grabbing a swamp and a mountain. Pay a green. Play a Ignoble Hierarch. More dorks. And say go.
Play this Plains. I'm a pay 2. I'm a Farseek.
All these ramps, it's like role-playing green.
Who'da thunk? Gonna go get an Overgrown 2. Matt, take 3.
Okay.
Then I will pass turn.
At the beginning of my main phase, I will spend 2 mana to create a construct. It is a 0/0 with +1/+1 for each artifact I control. It's a legally distinct, not Pokemon. This is gone. I have located a Soul Ring. I have a basic forest, which is also a forest. 3 mana on my commander, Peregrin Took. 2/3 halfling citizen. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional food are created instead. Sacrifice 3 foods to draw a card. Would have been nice to get that before I got that, but whatever. Didn't happen. Pass turn.
I'm going to untap and draw Forest as my land for turn. Pay 2 green and 1 Viridian Revel. This is an enchantment. When an artifact is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, I may draw a card. Pay 1 green or a Deathrite Shaman. Sometimes he taps for mana, sometimes he pings, sometimes he does nothing. I'll pass.
Pay 5. Play Korvold, the Fae-Cursed King. Whenever Korvold enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. When I sacrifice a permanent, put a counter on him and draw a card. I'm going to eat the bot.
Upkeep and draw. Pay 3 for an Academy Manufactor.
Warning. Warning.
I'll pass turn.
Colorless floating. I believe your commander is an elk.
It's an even bigger elk.
It's a
Dude,
4/4. It's
he's-
huge.
Double cursed.
Massive. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to pay a green. Cast many partings. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, create a food. I'm going to go get a forest.
You're going to create 2 foods. Can you believe that?
It's insane. Who'd have ever thought that was possible?
Literally double.
2 foods, infinite foods. I have a mana floating. Hey, I'm going to use that to cast 3 visits. Search your library for a forest card, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle. I'm gonna go find a gingerbread cabin. It is a forest, and it enters tapped unless you control 3 other forests, which I do. And when it enters untapped, I create a food, which is 2 food. Tap this cabin to cast an Elvish Reclaimer. It's a 1/2 elf warrior that gets +2/+2 as long as there are 3 or more lands on my graveyard. There's currently 1. I can pay 2 and tap it and sack a land to search my library for a land, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna attack Jason with this.
It's an 8/8.
Yeah.
I'm going to exile Birthing Pod from my hand as a green card. Play Force of Vigor, destroying Academy Manufactor and Construct.
In response to destroying Academy Manufactor, I'm gonna make a food. Trigger a Manufactor, I will also make a clue and a treasure.
2 things will hit the graveyard. Trigger Viridian Revel. I will draw 2 cards.
That will be all for me. Pass the turn.
I'm going to pay 5 mana. I'm going to cast my commander, Ygra, Eater of All. As ward, sacrifice a food. This is a 6/6 elemental cat. Other creatures are food tokens in addition to their other types. When a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, but 2 +1/+1 counters on Ygra.
I'm gonna sack 3 foods.
Yeah, makes sense.
Draw a card.
I will draw 3 cards.
Oh, that is how that works, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
You're welcome to take that back if you would like.
Nope, already drew it.
All right.
I have regrets.
Thank you. I get my land drop now. I will play a Yavimaya Cradle of Growth return.
There you go. Triple forests.
Pay 1 green for a Sylvan Safekeeper. I can sack a land to give one of my creatures Shroud until end of turn. Pass turn.
I will play a Ziatora's Proving Ground. Playing a vending machine. Pay 1 and tap it to make a food token. Whenever I sacrifice a food, I create a tapped treasure token. Sega?
Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video.
Pay 3 for my other commander, Mary, Warden of Isengard. Partners with Pippin, and whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield under my control, I create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. It only triggers once each turn. I will pass turn.
I'm gonna untap and draw. I have a forest. The basic variety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast a Turn Timber Symbiosis. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a creature from among them onto the battlefield. If its mana value is 3 or less, put 3/1 counters on it. The rest on the bottom in a random order.
I have no responses.
Go for it.
Sweet. Please find Reclamation Sage. I've spoken it out of existence. I'm gonna put Romnop Excavator into play. It is a 2/3. Just kidding. It is a 5/6. And I can play lands from my graveyard. That's gonna be it.
I get to untap with all of this?
Yeah, I'm playing mono green.
You guys. I'll draw. 1 green and 2 for Deconstruct. Destroy target artifact, then add 3 green to my mana pool. Yeah, we'll hit your commander.
My commander. Sure, I'll command zone it.
Trigger Ygra, trigger Viridian.
Yep.
Ygra will get bigger. I will draw a card. 3 green mana to cast an Eternal Witness. I will get back.
What are you going to target?
Oh, I'm going to target Force of Vigor.
I'm going to sacrifice Soulgald Lantern to exile all of your graveyards.
All right.
You do get to draw a card, though.
Yep. I will draw a forest and then play that forest. I'm going to pay 3 mana, Mangle Horn. When he comes into play, I can destroy target artifact. Also, artifacts that opponents control come into play tapped. I don't want to pick on Matt anymore.
Thank you.
Which of his commanders would you guys like least to be in play?
You killed Peregrin Took, so you should kill Pippin.
It's fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate him. I'm gonna make another food. Because I made a token, I also make a 1/1 with lifelink. Pippin will die.
I will draw a card off of Viridian. Ygra is very big. Play a Skull Clamp. I'm going to I'll exile the one land from your graveyard to make a mana and equip Skull Clamp to, we're just gonna Merc Eternal Witness. I will draw 2 cards, trigger Ygra. That's all my mana. We're going to combat. We'll swing at Matt for 12 commander damage.
Sure, I'll take 12 commander damage.
Okay. I'll pass my turn.
At your end step, pay 1, activate the Nuka-Cola vending machine. You get tapped food token. I'm gonna Beast Within the Kenris transformation.
Nothing I can do about that.
I'm going to Deadly Rollick Korvold.
Pay Black, Village Rights, Korvold. So
Okay.
I'm
I still don't get the beastie.
Yeah, you still don't get the beastie.
But Ygra will get bigger, and I will also draw a card.
That was technically a food token. Make a tap treasure because of the vending machine. There you go.
Upkeep and draw. I'm gonna shock in a temple card. I'm gonna sack a treasure.
I'll draw a card off of Viridian Revel.
I'm gonna cast Farewell.
Oh no, it's the worst one.
Sure.
Shit.
I'm gonna exile all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments.
All right.
Then I will pass turn.
I'm going to spend a whole 2 mana for an Eye of Vecna. When it enters, I lose 2 life and draw a card. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may pay 2. If I do, draw a card and lose 2 life. 2 mana for an Idol of Oblivion. I can tap it to draw a card, but only if I've created a token this turn. I can pay 8 and tap it and sack it to make a 10/10. Mishra's Bauble. Can tap it and sack it to look at the top card of target player's library, draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. I'm gonna see what you're drawing. It's a Court of Calling. Pass turn. Upkeep. I get to draw a card.
Okay. It wasn't a Court of Calling.
Uh-huh.
Play a Swamp. 2 mana for an Arcane Signet. It's a mana rock. Taps for colored mana of some sort. I'm going to pay 3 for a Grist, the Hunger Tide. And then I will +1. I'm going to create an insect. Oh, it doesn't have flying, but it looks like it does. And then I will mill a card. It's a Swamp. Then I'm going to pay 2 for a Blood Artist. Pings the table, I gain life, stuff like that. Pass turn.
I'm going to play a Hazel's Brewmaster. It's a 3/4 with Menace. When it enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and create a food token. Foods I control have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Hazel's Brewmaster. We'll exile the Witness. Go ahead.
Draw. Hushwood Verge. I'm gonna get Pippin out here to mark for an Idol of Oblivion.
I've seen that card before.
Then I will pass turn.
Upkeep. Trigger I will not this time. Draw for turn. Here's a land. 6 mana for a Walking Ballista with 3 counters. I can pay 4 to put another counter on it, or I can remove a counter to deal 1 damage to any target. I'm just gonna kill Blood Artist now.
Sure. You'll be the target player, Matt.
Sure, I'll
To
lose
lose
a
a
life.
life. And I will gain 1.
And I will pass the turn.
Playing a Wooded Foothills, which is also a forest. I'm going to go ahead and plus Grist, make another insect. Milling, Sakura Tribalder. 7. It's Ygra.
Gross.
My commander's back. Pass turn.
Draw. Go to combat. Sorry, guys. Swinging 3 Menace at you. On swing, I'm going to exile Steve and make a food. My food is now Steve's. I'm going to play a Reaver Cleaver. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. 1 cast Ragavan Nimble Pilfer. He does things when he smacks somebody. Go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep and draw. It's a Guillaume. Master Chef. 5/3 with trample. At the beginning of my end step, I create a number of food tokens equal to the number of non-token creatures I had enter the battlefield under my control this turn. Then I can pay 1, sacrifice a food, and target creature gains indestructible until end of turn, and I tap it. On my end step, since Guillaume entered play, I make a food.
Go to my turn. At the beginning of my upkeep, I will pay 2 mana and 2 life to draw an card, and then I will draw for turn. I'm going to cast Green Sun Zenith X's 3. I'm going to find Tireless Tracker. When a land enters under my control, I investigate, and then whenever I sack a clue, I can put a 1/1 counter on Tireless Tracker. I'm going to play land for turn, which is also a blocker and a food. Dryad Arbor. It's also a forest 3 times. Trigger, I will make a clue. A token has entered this turn. I will tap this to draw a card. Pass.
End of your turn. Vampiric Tutor. I'm going to search for something and put it on top of my library. This card will go on top. Will go to my turn. 2 mana for an Altar of Dementia.
Yep.
3 mana for an Experimental Confectioner. When this enters the battlefield, I will create a food token. Whenever I sacrifice a food, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block.
In response to that,
Yep.
I am going to kill both your insects.
Sure. I'll sack them both to alter to mill you for 2.
Sure.
I'm gonna plus grist to make another insect. I'm going to sack this insect to Altar of Dementia, milling Matt for 1. When I sack a food because of Ygra, it is an insect food, I will create a rat token that is also a food. I will then sack that rat to Altar of Dementia to mill Matt for 1. I sacked a food, I'll make another rat. I'll do that until all of your decks are gone. And then I'll pass my turn.
I milled out.
I milled out.
Yeah, that.
Cool. So here I'm able to tutor up what I need on Matt's turn, and then pop off with Experimental Confectioner and Ygra. I hope you enjoyed that game, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you, and hope to see you next time. Peace.